I can use it, but you also have this power. You have the access to it. You can use it. And many times you do, you just don't realize that you're using it. What is this power? It's the power of smell. The power of smell. Did you know that at 11 weeks in your mother's tummy, a baby can smell the food that the mother is eating? At just 11 weeks, you can smell the food. And that shapes much of what you prefer with food later in your life. Now, every mother in here knows that after the baby's born, if you want someone to hold the baby, you just simply have to have a blanket or a shirt or something that smells like their mother, and the baby will happily go to somebody else. Smell has the power to affect the way that we experience the world. Think about a restaurant that you go to and it smells good, or when you go on vacation. There's many places. I just walk by a spa and I feel better just by smelling the spa. Did you know that smell can affect our confidence? It can affect our sleep patterns, and it can affect our stress levels for good and bad. It can affect our emotions, our mood, our thoughts, even our physical performance can be affected by smell. And our memories, of course, maybe one of the strongest. Have you ever smelled something and it just instantly takes you back to another time? So the science behind this is called aromacology. Aromacology. Now look at these statistics. 75% of emotions are generated by smell. Hard to even believe that, 75%. And did you know you can increase your mood, you can improve your mood by 40% through smell? You can reduce your stress levels. I mean, everyone complains about stress, and if you just understand this one stat, 63% stress reduction just through the power of smell. And 75% of our very thoughts are evoked from smell. Scent is the strongest of the 5 senses tied to memory and emotion. The strongest of the 5. Now with one whiff, just one whiff, I can transport you to another place, another time. I can help you remember your childhood. And to illustrate this point, last year, right after we had the event in Roma, I drove down to Positano. Have any of you been here? It's gorgeous, it's so beautiful. So I rented a motorcycle, don't tell my mom, and I rode down the streets of the Amalfi Coast. Now actually that top, you see that white building right at the very top? That's where I stayed. So I had an amazing view, but I could just smell this place. I could smell the flowers, I could smell the sea air, I could smell people cooking. And it was an amazing experience. But when I got home, something interesting. The fashion designer, Tom Ford, he created a fragrance called Soleil de Positano. Soleil de Positano. And so I bought this fragrance and I spray it into my home and I can instantly go back. It reminds me, I can smell the citrus, I can smell this town, it takes me back. Now when I show you this photo of fresh cut grass, can you almost smell it? Everyone knows the smell of fresh cut grass. Or if I show you this photo, the smell of pine, walking through a forest, a fresh cut Christmas tree. And you all know the smell of your lover. You also know the smell of your ex-lovers. I know. So look, at Jeunesse, when we saw the power that could be behind this, we said, what if we could take advantage of this power and create a product line that helped enhance all the benefits within the products in the YES system, in the youth enhancement system. So we looked into it and we said we'd like to partner with someone who could really do this well. So we found a guy, I I say it that way. We found a pro. His name is Lucas Gracia. He's from Spain. He's a botanical master perfumer. Now, what's a master perfumer? And what's a botanical master? A master perfumer is someone who creates fragrances for some of the top brands. This is him. For some of the top brands anywhere in the world. But not only that, he's a botanical master perfumer, so he understands the essence of plants and oils and how to evoke the senses that we're trying to do today. So he told us he would love to work with Jeunesse. He saw the potential, but he said, I want to source only the very best. If we're going to create something special, we need to source the ingredients from the very best farms around the world. So we actually sourced these ingredients from 5 different continents across the globe. And so today, you know, each year we get to see a new product line. This one I feel is very special. It's very interesting, it's very unique. It makes us stand out, it's a lot of fun. Ladies and gentlemen, I present to you now, E-VOK from Jeunesse. Ladies and gentlemen, this is E-VOK. It's premium essential oil blends. There are 5 different blends. You'll see it's gorgeous, first of all, okay? Very prestige, looks better than any other competitor in the marketplace. And you'll notice the names. Look at the names real quick. You might recognize these. Energize, Clarity, Enhance, Balance, and Defend. Where do those words come from? Youth Enhancement System, okay? We named them after the category in which it helps, okay? So if you get energized and you look at the products within Energize, this helps enhance those same benefits that we're looking for. Now, what does E-VOK mean? Well, we spell it in a unique way. We do everything in a unique way. But the word evoke actually means to bring forth, such as to bring, or to recall, to bring it back to your mind. And the tagline is evoke the senses. With all of these 5 of these products, you can evoke nearly all of your senses. You can enhance every benefit that we have in the Youth Enhancement System. So this is where all the oils, so take a picture of this because this is every oil that's included in our 5 different products. And this is where we source them from. So let's take a look real quick. From North America, spearmint and mint. From Haiti, vetiver. From Guatemala, cardamom. Hungary, we got Roman chamomile. From Spain, eucalyptus, lavender, orange. Hey, Spain. Star anise, clary sage, green mandarin, lavender, lemon, and lemon rosemary. From Egypt, basil, geranium. From Africa, frankincense and myrrh. From Madagascar, ylang ylang. From India, From India, sandalwood. From Asia, cinnamon, amyris, and cassia. And from Sri Lanka, cinnamon. So these 5 blends include all of those oils, and they are sourced from those locations because it's the very best place that they grow or that they're created. So let's talk about each individual oil quickly. This is the first. It's called Clarity. Clarity includes lemon, basil, frankincense, and spearmint. This promotes clarity, alertness, a higher state of spirituality, and purposefulness. And I want you to know that each of these uniquely smells fantastic. It's why we used a perfumer. We wanted it to also not just have all of the proper ingredients, but at the right amount, and to have it smell fantastic. The next one is called Defend. Eucalyptus, rosemary, peppermint, geranium, cardamom. It promotes feelings of relaxation, confidence, clear breathing. Energize. This is one of my favorites. I use this in the daytime. Orange, eucalyptus, rosemary, mandarin. I don't know what it is. This one just gets me going. I really like this one. It cleanses and purifies the air. It promotes a positive mood and great mental energy. The next one is Balance. Orange, bergamot, lemon, ylang ylang, lavender, vetiver, clary sage, and Roman chamomile. This promotes a renewal of stability, relaxation, and zen. The next is Enhance. This includes lavender, so I use this one at night. I like this one and as I'm getting ready for bed. Lavender, cassia, cinnamon, amyris, star anise, myrrh, and sandalwood. Promotes a sense of calm and restful sleep. I don't know who's not looking for those 2 things. So, let me talk about the uniqueness of one of these products. It's the blend, right? Curating the perfect blend. How do we do that and why? Well, to compare and to give you an example, in music, there are 7 notes, right? There's just 7 notes. Many octaves, but just 7 notes. Those 7 notes can create a very simple piece of music, like chopsticks that you see behind me. But it can also create a masterpiece from Beethoven, right? To illustrate this now, I've got 5 beautiful young ladies behind me, and we're going to play. So imagine, because these oils, many people might say, well, how come we don't just have one individual one? Well, one can be beautiful, but a blend can be even more beautiful. So now, let's just listen as an example to one. Beautiful, right? It's fantastic. But now let's hear the power in having a blend of instruments come together. Excellent, excellent. Thank you, ladies. Give them a round of applause. Who knew chopsticks could sound that good? I had no idea. So these are your 5 blends. Now, what's the best way to enjoy them? What's the best way to smell them? Well, of course, you can just take the cap off and smell it. There's a lot of ways. There are diffusers out there that you can buy. But Jeunesse, this year, they did something special. They actually allowed us to make a diffuser that's specifically designed for these oils. So much so that the viscosity, the thickness, the heaviness of the oil is designed just for these. And you've seen those diffusers that have a lot of water, right? And you put a drop or 2 in. It's not that either. This uses 100% essential oil and only the oil. You actually just put the little vial right up inside, and then it's just putting the pure oil into the air. It has 3 different settings: low, medium, and high. I'm telling you, the people in the office that use it, it just smells fantastic. It works fantastic, and it's pretty darn cool. This is what it looks like. It's called the E-VOK Nebulizing Diffuser, and I want to show you a video that shows how cool this is. Let's take a look. Pretty cool, huh? I'm telling you, it's really great. Now this is the full set, so you can see all 5 oils and the diffuser. It also comes in amazing packaging. Within that box, all the oils are lined up in a circle, and it shows where it is in the S system. Like, it's really nicely done. Very prestige, very high-end, better than anything you'll find out there. So as you share this and show this to people, they're really going to be impressed. I mean, it's really great. Not only is the formula fantastic, but the packaging and the whole delivery is awesome. Okay. Now listen, everyone knows that there are many benefits. There's true power behind what I'm telling you. They are designed to enhance all of those benefits in your life. And I want you to really study that and watch as you use these and how they work and how they help you and your family in your lives. Of course, don't forget that we have marketing materials to help you share this with your friends and family. The videos that we just showed, those are already available on Share Jeunesse, and they will be available in all the languages so that it's easy for you to show. And of course, we created this brochure, which is super beautiful. You get inside, it shows the products the same way that I did. Talks about the history behind it, what's really behind the brand. Talks about each individual product, the ingredients, where we source them from. And of course, one of the main men behind the brand is Dr. William AMZALLAG, who I'm going to introduce in just a moment. But it looks beautiful. I mean, this is an awesome brand. We also created a lot of social media assets, meaning lots of beautiful pictures and video clips that you can share within your own social group, right? You're all influential within your group. I call you all influencers because you are influencers to the people that follow you, right? And of course, it will be featured in the new magazine, the We Live Jeunesse magazine. It will be on your replicated website and also on JEUNESSEGLOBAL.com. We've got digital assets. We've also got a postcard that can be mailed out. We've got almost everything that you would need for you to be able to share and to show these beautiful oils. Now, look, there's the science. I told you a little bit, but Dr. AMZALLAG, he knows all the deep, dark secrets behind all this. And you're about to hear from him. And so before I welcome him, I want you to know that he's the Director of Product Sciences for Jeunesse. He's well-versed in Chinese medicine. He originated from France, actually from Grasse, the capital of perfume. He has an extensive knowledge of botanicals, and he partnered with Lucas Gracia. Ladies and gentlemen, please stand and welcome to the stage, Dr. William AMZALLAG.
Hello everyone again. Nice to see you from Europe. You know I'm one of yours. So,
are going to talk about this essential oil, the science which is behind essential oils, you know. And for me, it's a personal story because I started to be interested by essential oils in 1980. I was traveling to Egypt, to Cairo, and to the Ballet, and I saw the museum and all this called, I don't know how you say it in English, sarcophage, meaning the tomb of the pharaoh. And you know, I have been very, very interested by that. You know, there is something wrong? No. Egyptians, you know, believe in life after death. This is why, you know, they involve their body. It took a large amount of money, you know, to do that. Egyptians pay a lot, and it took about 70 days to embalm a body. What do they do? You know, they wrap in strand of linen the body, and then they add essential oils on the linen. So that's can keep the body for thousands of years intact. No problem with his body. You know, where is the magic? What happened? Why this body can stay intact despite, you know, all the environment, toxin, the bacteria and all that? Well, there is one reason. Because of the antibacterial, antiviral property of essential oil. So credibility and efficacy of essential oil go back thousands and thousands of years. And we are now using the property of these essential oils. So what are they? What are they in a chemical way? You know, they are compounds which are extracted from the flowers, and we keep the natural smell and the flavor of the source. It's a very, very natural process to extract that. So what happened that there is a confusion many times. You know, we call them essential oil. Now the word oil is improper because it seems that it's vegetable oil. It is not. They are essential oil because they are terpene, they are essence. So it's the essence, which means the magic, the essence of flowers or the essence of plants. Okay. Thank you. So we can obtain those essential oil through what we call distillation, you know, like doing alcohol, or we can do it to cold pressure, and there's different way to do it. What happened, you know, the most important things to understand is that this oil can interact, or this essence of flowers can interact with our body in different way. And we will see that, you see. When, for instance, when applied to the skin, and of course you will need a vegetable carrier now in order to get it into the skin, it will interact and may improve some healthy problem that we have. And this is very well done, very well exposed, very well proven in different clinical trials all over the world. Many thousands of clinical trials have proven it. Now, this is most important, and I think Mark Patterson have talked to you. You know, the essential oil are related to the brain and to the emotion, and especially to a part of the brain called the limbic system. And by this way, they can influence our behavior and our emotion. This is why, you know, by going through the normal pathway, here you have an exit direct to the brain, which means that these compounds are directly going to the brain and can influence certain part of the brain. Also, we know that some kind of essential oil are good for sleeping, and they give you restful sleep. Have saying that, we decided the company to start with our long future story of essential oil by the inhalation pathway. we decide that we will use only for the moment the fact that you can smell them and inhale them. You know, we think that these 5 glands of essence of flowers are designed to promote a permanent balance in the body. Now, this is important to understand permanent balance, and I can show you why. You know, permanent balance include 2 systems for me. Include the Chinese tradition medicine and the Western medicine today, together represented by the yes system. You know, if we take the Chinese, we know in the Chinese tradition everything is symbolic, you see, and they consider that perfect health is the result of an harmonious flow of the energy going from one function to another one, activating the function or deactivating, depending, like the light, going from one to another, creating the balance. Now, what we call function in Western medicine are called elements. In the Chinese medicine, we call them the fire, the earth, the metal, the water, and the wood. And this is what we call perfect balance, which means a harmonious flow of the energy. The energy is called the qi. Now, for the Western medicine, it's the same. It's called homeostasis. Homeostasis is the ability to our body to maintain balance despite constant changes. Like this man who is between 2 buildings in a cable, trying to keep stable. Now, that's the little things. Homeostasis or health is a dynamic state, which means that it's never permanent. It's always a search for stability. Always, all 24 hours a day, all your life. This is what we call homeostasis. So E-VOK is a combination of the Jeunesse system and the traditional medicine. Let's start one by one. Clarity first. We start by clarity because clarity is representing the wood element. It's made, as I told you, about 4 different essential oils, and it's reinforcing the wood element. For the Chinese, the wood element representing the spring. This is where it's the best to use this plant during the spring. Why? Spring for the Chinese is renaissance, rebirthing. You know, the new year is in February, and the year starts in February for the Chinese. And this is the wood element, which is reinforced if you take this balance of product, and in the emotional way, in a way, support you to plan, organize, and take decisive action. This is a good time to take this product. The second one, energize. Energize, representing the fire element, is made of 4 different essential oils, and it represents the summer season. Now this is time to reinforce your energy, and energize will do that during all the season. Emotionally, you know, the power of transformation and balanced fire elements support your healing and emotional bonds. Enhance is tranquil transition. It's made of 2, 4, 6, 7 different essential oils that you have seen previously, and that is the metal element. I'm keeping the earth for after. Metal element is the autumn, ready to go to the winter. And in this case, if you use this product during the winter, it will reinforce the metal elements. In this case, you balance metal elements, support acceptance and integration of your life experience. And then you have defend. Defend is representing the water element. It's again a combination of 5 essential oils which reinforce your water element. Water element is the winter. During the winter, you need to reinforce this element, and that we can do. On top of that is to be fluid and become obstacle with integrity. The last one, balance. I keep the last one because this is representing our earth element. Now, this is for the Chinese, the most important element, is the core of the system. And we call it in Chinese medicine the 5th season. In China, there are 5 seasons, not 4. Where it's located, this one? Well, first, as you can see, it's an important part. And this is why there's a lot of different good essential oil. And it's representing between the seasons. Each time that you go from a season to another one, you need a progression, a quiet transition between one season to the other. This is the earth element which is in charge of that. And if you reinforce this earth element every season, after every season, you reinforce your potential of full health. So yes, full potential support our personal freedom, and this is in terms of emotion and limbic system. So, which one you should choose? Well, it depends on many things. It can be your mood, your energy level, your state of mind, you test smelling, but most important for me, my suggestion, it depends on the season. If you want to keep balance your body, you have to use one by one different season. And I show you here for the fire unit, energize and so on. Based on what I told you, you just use them during the season, and during the inter-season, go back to the earth element, go back to balance all the time. Balance will be the #1 product. See? How using it? Well, the simplest way is just to take the bottle and to sniff the bottle. You can do that. Now, one thing, don't touch too much your nose or your lips, because this can be irritating. But this is a very simple way when you go traveling or you go somewhere and you don't want to bring your diffuser. You have another way, is by inhalation. You put some drops in warm water, you cover your head, and you can do that. You can do that certainly during the winter season. You can also put some drops in your pillow. Be careful, because some drops can be yellow or tinted, and you can have your pillow tinted also. Just be careful of that. You can put in the vents of your car. You can also use, but I don't recommend that, to put some drop in your bottle of spray of water and do that, but I don't recommend that. The best way by far is using the diffuser, because you will have a stable diffusion of the product in the room. This is why I recommend that. Some safety tips, Safety means that all our essential oils, the ones that we select, are generally safe. They have no side effect. Meanwhile, don't put them too near a flame, because they are volatile substances that we call them terpene, which can be flammable. Don't try to put it on flame, because you will have a little reaction, not a big one. Now, keep it also out of reach of children. They can do whatever. It's not suitable for being ingested. don't use this product to be ingested. The concentration is too high. And in order to have essential oil to be by mouth, you need a very strict selection of this essential oil. Not anyone can go inside your mouth. Also, don't try to put it on the skin, because they are not designed to be on the skin. Be careful. If we wanted to design to be on the skin, we will have to add a carrier oil, a vegetable like olive oil, like almond oil, like sweet almond. But we cannot use this one, it's too important. So, in conclusion, and it's very important to know that we go back to our Generation Young philosophy. Remember what we want in life. We want first to look young as long as possible. Do you agree? You agree? We want to think young as long as possible. It's okay? And we want to love young as long as possible. This is our Generation Young philosophy. And by adding this 5 blend to your arsenal of products, you can improve your health, you can improve your philosophy, your Generation Young, and be younger and younger. My name is William AMZALLAG. Thank you very much.